Hi everyone! If you're new here, I'm Allen with Earthglow, and this channel is all about sharing the joy of candle making. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing and an out-of-the-bottle first impressions of a whole new fragrance collection from NorthWood. And I don't know if you can see the little sticker. But I'm really excited about this video. I've only ever tried one fragrance from them, but it's one of my absolute most favorite fragrances, and this company is one that I was told about from one of my friends, and she had recommended this fragrance that she thought that I would really like. She was right, and it turns out that that fragrance is part of a secret blend that is my company's signature fragrance called Earthglow. So I will not be revealing the name of the fragrance that I've tried. However, I am really excited to try out some more oils from this company. And anyways, if this is something that you're interested in, then I hope that you're subscribed, and I hope that you keep on watching. NorthWood is a really interesting company. It was actually developed by a young man who was originally a candle maker, and he wanted to develop a candle supply company so that he could provide to makers what he wished he had when he first started making candles. And they are a family-owned business that is based out of, I believe, Minnesota. Anyways, I will put a link to this story kind of how this fragrance company started and what I sort of gave a summary of in the description box if you want to read more about this company. This video specifically is going to be on the unboxing and the out of the bottle first impression of these fragrances, and these were sent to me by NorthWood. This video is in no way sponsored or affiliated, and as you all know, as NorthWood knows, I will be giving my honest opinion of these fragrances for better or for worse. All of these fragrances are phthalate and nitro musk free, so that's really important to mention. A lot of companies still have phthalates in their fragrances, and phthalates are a lot of the time not harmful, but sometimes they can be associated with things like reproductive toxicity, as well as change the DNA structure of cells, which, you know, that's kind of known as a mutagen. It's just another thing that we generally want to avoid in our products. So it's a really good thing to note about this company. They also say that their fragrances are formulated for superior scent throw, and we'll see about that because I will definitely be testing out some of these oils in my candles. So from what I was told, this is supposed to be like more than 10 different fragrances, and these are part of their new like year-round collection. So I am really excited. I would say that this company, from what I've read, oh my gosh, yay, I'm so excited. These are gonna lean more high-end from what I have read, and also from what I have. Just put a little note in here, and then, oh, how sweet, they left me some scent strips and some look at how beautiful this is packaged. Oh my gosh, okay, can you all see this? So these are all the different scents if we are in focus here, and oh my gosh. So we have Applejack and Raspberry, Bergamot and Wild Fern, Persimmon and Beechwood. We have Blue, Tansy, and Willow. This one is Aesop Melange. I hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly. And then here we have Hawaiian Ambrosia, Dandelion and Lemon Tea, Creamsicle Cola, Coconut Milk, Citrus Blossom, and Honey. And then in this one, we have Lychee Prosecco, Pomelo and Melon, Peach Rhubarb, Raspberry Tart, and Sunkissed Ginger. Oh my god, I am so excited. I don't even know where to start. Okay, like these all, to me anyways, seem kind of like hotel collection-esque. Like, I am really excited. Let's start with this Sunkissed Ginger, because as you all know, I've been looking for a really good ginger fragrance. Now, I will not be purchasing any more fragrance oils in larger sizes. I'm on a no-buy for 2023, so I'm holding to that. But I'm really excited to definitely smell these and take notes, because if I find something that I really like, and I do plan on testing the ones that I really enjoy out of the bottle, I will definitely be writing it down. So this is Sunkissed Ginger. I'm expecting something that's kind of gingery, kind of spicy, kind of gourmand. And I'm already smelling something from like a foot away here. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is Sunkissed Ginger. It's sweet, it's also spicy, and this reminds me a little bit of Persimmons Citron by Candle Science, but it's definitely got more of a ginger note to it. And this is like a true to life, like citrus melded with ginger, I would say. I'm definitely getting some orange notes, some citrus notes to this one. And I really think that this, gosh, yeah, this reminds me of Persimmons Citron by Candle Science. And it's very, very prominent out of the bottle as well. Yeah, this is like definitely a summer, I would say, leaning fragrance, but you could have this as a year-round scent, I would say too, in more of an aromatherapy leaning line. I'm gonna say that this, for me, I would not put it on my, so the platter is for the ones that I absolutely am in love with out of the bottle, and then the little platter is like for my, it's gonna take everything I have not to go buy a 16-ounce bottle, even though I'm on a no-buy for 2023. So I wouldn't quite put this one that high, but definitely if you're looking for something that is a citrus that has some spice notes to it, and you're wanting something that leans, I wouldn't really say more high-end with this one. I would just say it's a true-to-life citrus with a hint of ginger. I'm definitely getting more citrus out of the bottle, though, than I am ginger, which would be my only critique on this one because it does say that it's called Sunkissed Ginger, and I get more of a citrus note. Okay, next up, let's take a look at, should we do this Pomelo? Yeah, let's do this Pomelo and Melon. Okay, so Pomelo is one of those notes that not a lot of people are too familiar with, but it's one of those more high-end notes that you'll often see in fragrances from 1617 or from Makesy or from Stone Candles. And it's something that oftentimes they'll pair with like pink pepper or your more textile notes, your suedes, your cashmeres. Oh my gosh, I am smelling something from here that is really intriguing though. And okay, so this one is supposed to be paired with a melon, and again, it's throwing me over the head out of the bottle. And yes, yes, and yes. Oh my God, this is like the cucumber melon. I'm getting chills. This is like the cucumber melon fragrance that I was dreaming of, but that I haven't yet smelled. And oh my gosh, this is very, very pronounced out of the bottle. Yeah, this is like if you've smelled cucumber melon by Bath and Body Works, that is what I'm getting from this one. It's harder for me to evaluate some of these that are super intense out of the bottle because I just need to throw it in some wax or something, and that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing with this. But most of their fragrances are also skin safe. You just have to check the IFRA documents like with any company to get your various usage levels, because I could totally see this in a soap being really good, like a kind of cucumber melon spa, like an aloe soap, or like an aloe. It has like a slight floral note to it as well. And as I mentioned with any of these companies, I want you all, I forgot to mention this, I usually mention this disclaimer at the beginning, but please always do your own testing. These are just my out of the bottle first impressions, and in order to get a real impression of something, you need to do your own testing. Fragrance is very subjective. Something that I really like, you might not like, and something that you really like, I might put on my fails list. You need to try these in a final product before you have any, final thoughts on them, because this video is just for my out of the bottle first impressions, and that is all. But I know you all really enjoy these videos, so I have been continuing them. But this Pomelo and Melon, I would definitely put on my tray up here, and anything that I put up here, I'm definitely gonna be trying in a product. And I'm really kind of blown away by it out of the bottle. So, okay, this next one here, let's take a look at, this peach rhubarb. I'm a little scared because usually these kind of fruity fragrances that are paired with like multiple fruity notes like rhubarb, I sometimes can be really, really, really highly critical of them. They're not always my favorites, so I'm kind of scared to smell this one out of the bottle. I hope it doesn't smell like a candy. I'm really not into that with my fragrances. So let's see what this peach rhubarb is gonna do for us. And okay, so this one definitely, to me, is on the sweeter side. It is more of a baked type of a scent. This one, if you're looking for something that is more like a peach rhubarb candy, this would be it. This one personally is not for me. It's not really what I'm looking for my line. It's very prominent out of the bottle, and I definitely get a good balance of the peach with the rhubarb. There's a tart component to it. It has, I would say, maybe 60% peach, 40% rhubarb. This one's really, really sweet. And it's just not for me personally. I can see this being very popular. If you like more of your sweet kind of candy-like fragrances, I think that this is a really good interpretation, like kind of like Candle Science's Strawberry Guava, or like, I believe they have a cantaloupe one that I'll put the name up on the screen of. This is kind of more along the lines of that, and this one just is not for me personally. Okay, next up, let's take a look at this Lychee Prosecco. And Prosecco, I believe that's a type of wine, and I've also been highly critical of some wine fragrances. I'm not a big fan of Candle Science's Chardonnay, for example. So I'm kind of scared, but again, I'm smelling something from like a foot away, and from what I can tell, it smells like a very intriguing wine fragrance. I'm expecting something sweet, but not too sweet, hopefully. I want like more of a dry down to this. So anyways, let's see what Lychee Prosecco is gonna do for us. And wow, 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 wow. Okay, this is high-end smelling. If you're looking for something that melds like, I could see this being really good in candles, but also in soap, and I would say in body butters and lotions. This is really, really high-end. It's along the lines of like, I'll put the name of the Makesy fragrance I'm thinking of on the screen, but this one to me, oh yeah, it's also along the lines of Brambleberry's Bellini, I believe, the peach. I'll put the name up of that one on the screen as well. So if you're a fan of either of those fragrances, I would definitely check this one out. But yeah, this one is like hands down the most prominent out of the bottle. I'm smelling it, like I said, with all of these from like a foot away. And that is what I'm blown away by in any fragrance. And that gives me very high hopes for a great hot throw in my natural wax. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm smelling. Like, this is like, I'm on my honeymoon, and it's like got the magic vibes of a toast, but then you blend that with a tart berry component that's also exotic, slight amount of a perfume aesthetic to this one, but not overly perfumey. Yeah, I really, really am digging this. I don't know how I'm gonna try this one. I will keep you all updated, but I'm definitely gonna be putting this one into some product of some sort and checking this one out because it's really different to me. And I think this may be the best interpretation of a wine fragrance that I have ever smelled before. Okay, next up, I don't wanna smell this raspberry tart. I'm usually not into these types of, I'm gonna do this one later. I wanna smell, okay, so we have citrus blossom and honey. We have coconut milk, creamsicle cola, dandelion persimmon tea, and then Hawaiian ambrosia in this one. And then in this other one, we have, I really wanna smell, yeah, I have no idea what this is gonna be. This Aesop Melange, I believe this is pronounced. My French is terrible, but I'm really intrigued by this. I have no idea what to expect other than the fact that the name sounds really high end. And again, I am smelling something from like a foot away immediately upon opening the bottle. And that, as you all know, I've smelled hundreds and thousands of fragrances, and that is not common. In this company, so far, I've had that on 100% of the fragrances. So anyways, here goes Aesop Melange. And oh my God, I just whacked myself in the face with this blotter strip. Oh my gosh, okay. So this was Aesop Melange. I don't even know what I'm smelling. This is like along the lines of like Hashish by Stone Candles, if you've smelled that. It's sort of like an exotic scent, and it smells familiar to me, but I can't quite put a finger on what this is. It has like almost like a Moroccan mint type of an aesthetic to me personally. And yeah, it has like an exotic mint character coupled with like a hashish, in my opinion. And it's very prominent out of the bottle. I personally don't know what I think of this one, but I'd be very intrigued to try it in some sort of a product. So I'm definitely gonna put this one up here to test it out some more and see and let you know what I think of it. Okay, so next up, yeah, let's check out this blue tansy and willow. Okay, so I recently have fallen in love with willow, and I think it's called Pink Lilac and Willow by Aztec. I fell in love with that fragrance like a year ago, but it's such a mixed relationship because the hot throw is not what I would want, and unfortunately that's my critique with a lot of Aztec's fragrances. The hot throw just leaves a lot to be desired for me personally in my natural waxes. And I've also fallen in love with the Makesy scent infused yarrow buds and guaiac wood. Now, they discontinued that scent. However, I was told that they still have it. They just sell it under a different name. So I'm thinking that this is gonna be kind of maybe along the lines of something like that. I also recently tried a willow fragrance from Brambleberry that I really like too, and I'll put the name of that one up on the screen. So yeah, combining like florals with willows and with green notes is always very intriguing to me. So let's see what this blue tansy and willow by NorthWood is gonna do for us. And wow, wow, and wow. Again, blowing me away out of the bottle. Like blowing me away. Like this is the only other company that consistently does that is 1617. For me personally, this is like perfume grade stuff. Where like this fragrance specifically and the Lychee Prosecco, those two, like I would want to wear this all day in a perfume, like cologne type of an application. Wow. Okay, so I'm definitely getting the willow notes. This is very high-end smelling, in my opinion. It's so cohesive and well done. I don't even know how to break up what I am smelling. There's an earthy component to it and a floral component to it that like melds into a perfume cologne type of aesthetic. But this is something very high-end smelling, like that I wouldn't be surprised if I picked up a bottle of Versace and or a bottle of like Miss Dior or something and it smelled like this. But it's not a sickening floral. It's more of a refreshing floral note. This is along the lines of Midwest rosewood and amber, I want to say, and I'll put the name up on the screen of it, but this is definitely much more prominent out of the bottle, and I think that this is more high-end smelling in my opinion. So this one for sure, I'm putting in my absolute favorites. Again, everything on the platter is stuff that I'm really, really obsessed with and I'm gonna be trying out, but everything in this little bin is like, it's gonna take everything I have not to just buy a 16-ounce bottle in 2023, which I'm not doing. I'm not buying any fragrances, for the record, in 2023 in large bottles. Okay, so next up, let's take a look at this Persimmon and Beechwood. Now, the only strictly persimmon fragrance that I have smelled is Candle Science's Persimmon Citron, and I would describe persimmon, I actually had to buy some of the fruit recently because I had never tasted it before, and I would describe the scent actually much more pleasing than the fruit. The fruit kind of tastes like the texture of an apple, but with just a really sweet flavor. I didn't get a lot of tart from the persimmons that I got from Trader Joe's. But anyways, in the Candle Science Persimmon Citron, I definitely got more of that tart note with it, as well as like a sweet kind of fruity note. And it was really not one of my favorites out of the bottle, but when I made it into a candle, it really came to life and I enjoyed the scent. I also recently used that one in one of my soaps in a blend with a bunch of other fragrances that I think is gonna become one of my staple cold processed soaps. So anyways, I am curious what this persimmon is gonna be like from NorthWood that also has beechwood to it. And beechwood is something that I would associate with like a clean linen type of a scent. So coupling that with a fruity and possibly sweet note is really intriguing to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is another one of my favorites of anything that I have smelled from this company. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you love like those kind of incensey scents that have a little bit of spice to them, but almost like a really luxe holiday kind of a scent, this is what I was wishing Candle Science's, I'll put the name up, their Christmas Hearth. This is what I was wishing their Christmas Hearth would be, or their I'll put the name up, Peppercorn Pomander. This is like a peppercorn pomander or a Christmas hearth to me personally. But this, like, I feel like you could brand it differently and use it year round as well. I'm getting the persimmon, but I'm getting definitely like a peppercorn note to this one. A very luxe, true to life, high end, like almost like the quality of like a bayberry and cypress, but combined with a little bit of citron and persimmon, and just that really luxe, high-end, very cohesively done, sophisticated holiday scent, but blended into something that somehow seems like you can make it work year-round. If you're a fan of Candle Science's Black Amber and Plum, or if you are a fan of Christmas Hearth by Candle Science, or Peppercorn Pomander by Candle Science, I think you would really, really like this Persimmon Beechwood by NorthWood. Okay, next up, let's take a look at, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to all these fragrances on this video. Let's take a look at, oh, I already did that one. I didn't do the peach rhubarb. No, I did the peach rhubarb. Okay, let's take a look at this Bergamot and Wild Fern. And I think I'm gonna have to do another video with the rest of these because this video is already getting to be on the long end here. But yeah, so Bergamot and Wild Fern. This name, everything about it is up my alley. I'm just imagining like walking on trails, maybe somewhere a little bit tropical or a little bit high end, and you're getting that green aesthetic with like a slightly bitter note of a bergamot, like that bitter orange type of aesthetic. I am really excited for this fragrance, and I'm hoping that this is something very high-end smelling. So let's see what Bergamot and Wild Fern by NorthWood is gonna do for us. And yes, okay, this reminds me of, oh my gosh, I think I might like this more. So Stone Candles has a scent called Pettigrain, Petigrain, and it's like a bitter orange type of aesthetic. And this definitely reminds me of that, but it has a more prominent bergamot note to it. And it also has an enhanced green note to it, which I think is that wild fern kind of coming through. Oh my gosh, is this high-end smelling? I don't even know. This might be my favorite one of all that I have tried so far from this company. Oh my gosh. This is extremely high-end. It's got that bitter orange, but it's that green note and that sort of exotic, almost wood note to this one that's coming through. The base profile is really rich in this one, and sometimes with those kind of more fruity fragrances, the base profile can be much more fleeting, whereas this one, I don't know that I'd blend it with anything. It's just a gorgeous standalone bitter orange fragrance. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the last thing I want to do for this video, I'm going to be saving the remainder of these fragrances. So I have, I believe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 more. Oops. So I'm going to be saving the remaining 7 for another video, just because this video is already getting on the long side. But these first ones, I do want to rank for you all. And again, these are just my out of the bottle first impressions. And I'm going to go from last place to first place, like I always do. I would have to say for me, my last place was definitely this peach rhubarb, just because for me, I'm not looking for more of those candy type of fragrances. And then my second to last would be the Sunkissed Ginger. Even though I liked it, it did have a little bit out of the bottle of more of a artificial citrus note to it, but I also said that about Candle Science's Persimmon Citron, and when I put it into a product, I really liked it. So take that with a grain of salt. And then after that, I would have to put, gosh, these are really hard because all of these up here are my favorites, but I guess I would have to put this Aesop Melange. It's really good though, like it's intriguing. It's like an exotic mint. But I guess I would have to put that one because I'm not quite sure what to think of it out of the bottle. And then after that, maybe, yeah, these are all really good. So these are my top 5 places. So in my number 5, I guess I would put probably the Lychee Prosecco. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you definitely get a wine note to this one, but the exotic fruit coupled with that really dry down type of a wine is gorgeous. And then in my number 4, I would put this Pomelo and Melon, because this one, oh my gosh, yeah, it's a cucumber and melon. It's a fresh cucumber and melon, like a perfect 50-50. If you love that scent by Bath & Body Works, I think you're gonna love this, and I have not found another one that I like this much. I guess the runner-up to this one might be the Brambleberry. And then my number 3, I think I would put probably the Persimmon and, I don't know, maybe the Blue Tansy and Willow. These 3 are very difficult for me to rank. Yeah, I guess I will have to put the Persimmon Beechwood, and then maybe the Blue Tansy and Willow, and then my number 1 being the Bergamot and Wild Fern. This fragrance is exquisite. It's exquisite. I could see this being used. I could see most of these fragrances being used in a number of applications, but yeah, I would have to say that Bergamot and Wild Fern takes the cake for me personally. But anyways, that is gonna be all for this video, and stay tuned for my part 2 coming out in just a few days, so that you can see me smell the remaining 7 fragrances from this company. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment if you have tried any fragrances from NorthWood, or if any of these fragrances are ones that you think you're gonna be checking out in the future. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you again to NorthWood for sending me these fragrances. It really does help me to be able to keep this content more sustainable on my YouTube channel. And anyways, I'm sending all of you peace, love, and light, and I'm wishing all of you happy candle making.